In the state of Arkansas, set in the Ozark Mountains, is a town called Harrison. Population 12,943. It has a city hall, a main street, and houses set on quaint tree-lined streets. And like any town of this size, it has a public works department that manages waste. In fact, it takes a crew of 4 people working full-time just to manage the waste produced here in Harrison. Every house on every street in Harrison is connected to a sewage system. It's a complex network of pipes, one that delivers people's waste through underground lines that end in the city's municipal sanitation department for treatment. A system like this has a lot of very specific working parts. Each plays a vital role in cleaning up the city's municipal waste. And such a system costs millions of dollars to build and run. A few hogs produce as much waste in a single day as 6 or 8 people. People just like you. Okay, so we know how much waste a few hogs produce. What about 5,000 hogs? Well, more than a small town like Harrison. So if 5,000 hogs make as much waste as a small town, it made for a curious coincidence when a hog CAFO appeared nearby in the Ozark Mountains. A CAFO is a concentrated animal feed operation. In this case, it means jamming thousands of hogs into 2 warehouses. And those ponds off to the side, they hold the waste produced by those same hogs. Welcome to Poopytown. A place that produces as much waste as the entire town of Harrison, with one major difference. Harrison spends millions of dollars to treat its wastewater, while the waste from this CAFO isn't treated at all. Millions of gallons of untreated liquid hog waste are spread on nearby fields as part of a plan called Comprehensive Nutrient Management. And as for the nutrient they're managing, they mean hog poop. This poop eventually leaches into the ground, which in this region is characterized by karst topography. Imagine a shallow topsoil layer over a highly porous limestone bedrock, interlaced with cracks, sinkholes, caves, and underground waterways, all of which makes it easy for this liquid hog waste to seep into the ground and end up in nearby rivers. What nearby rivers, you ask? Big Creek, a tributary of the Buffalo River, which the National Park Service declared our first national river in 1972. 135 miles of one of the few remaining undammed rivers in the United States, which explains why the prospect of polluting this river made people living in the Ozarks really upset.
This is a national river. This belongs to the people of the United States. It's a treasure not only to us, but to the nation. We live in one of the least populated counties in the state, and the Buffalo National River pumps millions of dollars into our local economy. And this swine CAFO is the first and largest of its kind ever permitted in the state of Arkansas. And it's located 5 miles upstream on a major tributary of the Buffalo River. As people, just individuals like myself, became aware of what a huge threat this was, we began to talk, we began to strategize about what we could do to not only stop this one, but to prevent more from coming into the area.
No one asked their permission to put this CAFO here, but instead of accepting things as they were, people gathered. They organized, united against a common threat to their water and their environment. They worked with local hydrogeologists to inject blue dye into hand-dug wells near the CAFO. then recorded traces of it appearing days later at monitoring stations in the Buffalo River. Hydrogeologists gave this Ozark Mountain community a valuable tool, the ability to see.
I truly believe that individuals can make a difference. I believe we can truly help people understand items they don't see, elements of science they don't see, and help the general population realize that water flows downhill. If we're adding the equivalent of a city the size of 15,000 people, the waste that's untreated is going to build up. To have animal waste, and particularly pathogens, substances like E. coli, total coliform, and so forth, mixing with the water downstream, it is going to create significant problems in the Buffalo National River. If we see this happening, then we need to call the alarm.
The alarm has sounded. Hydrogeologists like Van continue to monitor these waterways for pollutants from the nearby Hog CAFO. The data they collect will ensure the river's water quality is preserved and help stop other CAFOs from being built in the area. And the people in this Ozark community have become watershed activists. They continue to gather, share their knowledge, and let others learn how they too can safeguard their communities from the harmful effects of unchecked CAFOs. Not only in Arkansas, but across the United States. To learn more about hog CAFOs, wastewater treatment, comprehensive hog poop management plans, hydrogeologists, and watershed activists, visit lexiconofwater.com for a collection of people and words that can change the world.